Hello tubers, here we go with the off-grid pop-up camper. It's a Palomino 10-footer on the off-grid homestead, and no, I'm not a prepper. Yes, everything I do is off-grid. Here is the off-grid hot tub. We lost the tent last week in a wind. It was getting pretty ripe anyway. A new tent's coming. It's going to be heated by that solar panel behind it and the 200-foot water coil beside that, and it'll be that water jug there, but that's for another video. We will show you that, and we will heat this hot tub off-grid with the help of the sun. Here's the remnants of the tent, and a new one's on the way from Amazon. We will have that up, and I will show you that video with the off-grid hot tub. However, moving forward, this is the off-grid pop-up camper. It has 540 watts of solar on the roof. Them are four panels, 135 watts, 12 volt. They equal 540 watts. They're wired in one string of series wiring. The bunk ends were done over. It came with a tent that attached to the front here. I took that tent off. I used that tent covering for the roof for the awning, and I recovered these bunk ends because they were leaking, and the camper is over 10 years old, so I put the bunk ends on here and I simply stapled them on, as one can see, with a Swiss staple gun, and I put Reflectix in between it for insulated value. So them are a stainless steel staple with a box stapler, and I simply used the canvas that came with the bunk or the tent for the canopy on the top there. So there was some maintenance to be done. The person I bought it from, this all stitching came out, so I had to restitch it all and sew it, and then I put the bunk ends on and simply just stapled it to the original roof. So I don't have any leaks now, and it is much warmer with the bunk ends insulated. Inside we got the little barbecue that came with it. I have another portable barbecue. Inside we have the 12 volt pump, and everything works with the water holding container. We also have a propane furnace, works and runs well. Swapped out the fridge. It was a 3-way fridge. The fridge now is simply 120 volt. It was a 12 volt, 120 volt, and propane. But because my wife is scared of the propane, I took the propane out. And the only propane we use in here will be the furnace and the outside cooker. So at that point, this also, them other fridges that are 3-way, that are 12 volt, 120 volts, some of them draw 300 and 400 watts, which is not worthy of doing. And we didn't want to run or be conditioned to propane when we can do it for free as well. So we took that out, capped off the propane line. And this is just a Canadian Tire fridge. It fit exactly in the hole. Painted this all. We only opened it, so it's a little messy, but we're going to steam clean it and get it ready for commission for the summer. This is a purchase of a secondhand Medea 5,000 watt 120 volt air conditioner. This does run off the system without any problems. If it's fully charged in the morning and we got sun coming in that you can't use anyway, well, the fridge only draws around 50 or 60 watts. With this, it only draws around 300 watts with the air conditioner. It may pull a surge of about 1,000 watts at startup, but the inverter is 1,200 watts, so it'll more than handle it. So this is the off-grid camper. We put in 4 of these little speakers. They're just little cheapos from Amazon, and an old stereo that I had. It is 12 volt, come out of my old Ford truck I couldn't part with, so it's a touchscreen Kenwood. We put that in there, and that is the sound system for in here with an antenna in behind there all wired up, and we'll now show you what powers this bad boy. So we have the red box here. It is a Dali BMS. It is a 100 amp hour. The Dali BMS is Bluetooth, so I can read it on my phone. The cells are 4 LiPo 4 cells. They are 200 amp hour cells, so a 12 volt battery bank that is 200 amp hour. This bluish color box with the holes in it is the tow charge, or if we run out of power in the middle of the woods, we can simply tow just by plugging into the vehicle, and it'll feed 20 amps if need be. I've never needed it yet. I've even turned it off in tow, but there's all I do is turn the parking lights on. That's the signal wire to charge, and the parking lights off, no charge. So this is the inverter. It's a Gandel 1200 watt pure sine wave inverter, 12 volt, works great, no problems, runs everything in here. We even run that little TV that's on the bed here with the Amazon Fire Stick. This is the Make Sky Blue charge controller, MPPT. Nice charge controller, lower cost, works great, no issues. 2 breakers there. They are the breaker for the charge controller and the solar array that comes in. This is the DC to charge controller, converter rather. This is what's hardwired to the outside plug. So I disconnected the plug from the electrical cord, which is here, and it simply plugs directly into the inverter. However, this charges the battery bank and feeds the 12-volt system as well. So when we plug in, this takes the charge, charges the batteries, then does pass through to continue power usage, or if no power is used, it simply shuts down. It has a fan in it here, sucks air in, blows air out down here. If the box gets hot, it is ventilated. It's on a dimmer switch, so I can turn it up or down. This is the off-grid pop-up camper. 540 watts of solar comes down through this chaseway here between the curtains. This was existing in the camper when I bought it, and it's simply just a chaseway that had the electrical lines that came down through from the parking lights. So there's not a whole lot of videos out there on pop-ups, guys, but yeah, I'm an off-grid guy, and no, I'm not a prepper. So normally there's this 12-volt fridge and or 120-volt fridge here, and a 12-volt fridge here, which I have in the man cave. And after this is all cleaned up, that goes with me. We have two fridges. One's going to be for beer, the other one is for food. Now you could run one fridge freezer however you want it to. I run both mine as fridges. They all run off this power source right here, fed and charged by solar. I've not yet needed the tow charger as of yet. And I can, no problem, in the daytime, if I start off with a full charge, run this air conditioner all day long, provided the sun's shining. Then the stereo, the air conditioner, the fridge, the other fridge that's here, the TV, it runs everything, no problem. And as long as I shut the air conditioner off before the sun goes down, I end up with a full charge and don't run out of power. So that is the off-grid pop-up camper. It does have this little utility box on it here, but all I had to do when I looked for one of these old campers was take and find one with the utility box. Was the goal to put the air conditioner in, because the heat inside these, one well knows, it's almost unbearable. So we have another barbecue that goes along with this too. It's we only use that one for kettle and coffee. The other one is simply a stainless steel and sits on that table. It's in the barn. The i1500, we got some more videos coming at you guys for the off-grid homestead. The i1500 got a new core coming. It's a 24 volt. We'll be able to do comparative as to the 48 volt and the 24 volt to see which ones create the most power. Now we already know the answer to that, but with that said, we're going to find out more in upcoming videos with the off-grid hot tub and the upgrades to the i1500 24 volt core replacement. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Keep testing.